My name is Lecturer Kilaji, Bishop Kenya, Michael Otome, speaking here in Nairobi National Government, Embakasi East Constituency, Embakasi Ward Assembly. Yes, I'm referred as Lecturer Kilaji because I've taught so many colleges, theological colleges, and also public colleges like General Service Unit, an equivalent of force equivalent to Kenya Defense Forces here in Embakasi village, Utawala, not village, but Utawala, 2004, 2016. Paramilitary General Service Unit is equivalent to Kenya Defense Forces or Kenya Army in their capability of spiritual, social, and also physical warfare. I'm also aspiring to be United States of Kenya Republic President come 2027 election. Precise day or date, in that case an year, it will be Tuesday, August 10, 2027 election. This is our manifesto. All right, you can see it here. I'm there as the president, and then I have my vice president, Honorable Nixon Gugubo, retired Kenya Brigadier of Kenya Defense Forces Army, was also on ballot paper 2007 election consecutively until recently. We have been also supposed to be on ballot paper 2022 as independent candidates. So today, that is me, presidential aspirant come 2027. I have also my first lady, Honorable Imgad Raila Amolo Odinga, currently called also Otome because we are married online. I've also proposed to marry also the incumbent head of state daughter, Honorable Charlene Ruto, which is not yet married, and she's also looking forward for a husband, although there are so many men who are wanting to marry her, but I'm the first applicant. I also look forward to marry also outside country ladies, like even President Yoweri Museveni first daughter, His Excellency Honorable Natasha Yoweri Museveni, and also Rwanda. All right, first lady or first daughter. I'm sorry, first daughter of Rwanda president, first daughter. All right, slippery over tank, first daughter, Honorable Anki Paul Kagame. That's just because of political expeditions, and I also love because they wanted me to marry them online, and I accepted. So that is me in short. Actually an Israelite background, kind of a heritage birth, and born by a Samburu lady from the Mosa family from South Hor, Samburu County, but I was born in Marsabit County Government, Kasuti Desert, Loglogo ward currently, of Lysamis Constituency, which of course I have some properties there, ranch land, and also rangeland, and also Marsabit Constituency, where I reside. So today, I've written to the principal judge, Honorable Eric Kennedy Ogola, of Marsabit County kind of matters of execution and assault and compensation and human rights violations in Saku Constituency, Marsabit County Government, Songa, Africa Inland Church location, with so many people buried inside the church compound. So today, 10th, Monday, I wrote to the principal judge, and he has it in his, email. Honorable Eric Kennedy Ogola, High Court of Kenya, Milimani High Court of Nairobi, Kenya, East Africa. I said I'm Professor Lecturer Clergy Statement Bishop Kenya Michael Otome from Marsabit Saku Constituency, Africa Inland Church, telephone number +254 795 979848, and the date today is 10th August 2026. But I've already sent it to the email on 7th, 2027 hours. I said re-application to set down for hearing matters of execution, assault, state compensation, and human rights violation in Saku constituency, Marsabit County Government, Songa location, Africa Inland Church compound, buried human beings. So I say shalom, greeting, may God of justice and peace guide that court, which of course is actually High Court of Kenya Republic, based in Nairobi Milimani Court premises. I say I humbly appear before them, all right, which of course I'm looking forward to appear before them, Honorable Court, seeking direction for them to set a date for the hearing and determination of the following urgent security matters affecting human life, dignity, and pursuit of justice in Saku constituency, Songa location, Marsabit County Government, for the human beings, 8 of them, buried inside African Land Church compound to be exhumed. I say number 1, matters of the court direction I needed, exhumation and identification, through, DNA, and also the bodies to be released to their families of 8 massacred youths and proper handling of 4 critically injured also youths, accompanied by compensation, foreclosure, identity, dignity, and investigation, which of course was done, and also related with the Bible, Deuteronomy 21, verse 7 to 9, that our hand did not shed this blood and atone for our purpose. That was the president of Israel word called Moses. In Deuteronomy 21, verse 7 to 9, he said actually their hands did not shed blood and atone for their people. They are not supposed to kill their people. Number 2, assault and state compensation for myself, Professor Bishop Kenya Michael Oltome. I was assaulted while pursuing sensitive security matters in Marsabit, in line with the peace and demeaning. All right. I wanted actually to pursue that kind of justice, and I was assaulted by terrorists at the AIC compound where those human beings are, 8 of them buried and 4 injured also. On actually January 13, 2024, up to today. I don't get justice yet. Number 3, I say state compensation for my sons also. Mr. Johnson Megwar Loltome, he was also amputated leg after attack by terrorists. I say on several occasions on that matter. He was assaulted actually. All right, when General retired Kenya Brigadier Colonel raped a girl here, which we know is our neighbor. He raped that girl called Angelina on February 15, 2015, and also sent a terrorist to come and pick him in a luring kind of deceptive manner to take him to Nairobi pipeline, Greenfield area, in a form of playing football, and they assaulted him with others. That is actually the person who was recruited later, some few weeks, called Mr. Ongau, who was actually recruited in Kenya Defense Forces Army at Langata Barracks by retired Colonel of Kenya Army, Kenya Defense Forces, currently MP of Marsabit for 15 years, Honorable Raso Dido Ali. That is actually what happened that day. So he actually number 3, that's why I needed state compensation for Johnson Mogwaroltome, who was amputated leg out of that attack that time. And the Kenya private again hospital and public refused to honor our NHIF card. You can see it here. All right, that is Mama Lucy Hospital, Nairobi West Hospital mainly run by, it's a private also run by Indians. They refused. Nairobi Hospital, Kenyatta National Hospital refused. Kenyatta National Hospital also spinal injury refused. And then he was amputated leg at Kijabe Hospital after we paid close, together with the medicine, close to almost 1 million shillings. Despite us having my family with our NHIF card, family card, we are not, it is not honored by 5 hospitals. They are supposed also to be questioned by High Court Judge Honorable Eric Kennedy Ogola. Number 4, and I said that one, the Bible supports that kind of a compensation of my son, Mr. Johnson Miguel Tome, amputated leg, because the Bible says in Exodus chapter 21, verse 24 to 25, an eye for an eye, and tooth for tooth, and wound for wound. If you wound me, remove my teeth deliberately, remove my eyes deliberately, kill me deliberately, you have also to undergo such kind of a, repercussion, kind of consequences of your sins, penalties, major crimes. The Bible supports that, and I agree as a priest. Matthew, Matthew also say like that, exactly. Jesus Christ was assaulted, and I am not Jesus Christ to be assaulted and buried to restruct like what Jesus did. I am a human being myself, 100%. And Jesus was 100% God and 100% human beings. So to my case and my sons, we need compensations, as the Bible states, in our humanity kind of limitation, kind of power we do have. Number 4, state compensation for my son also Elijah Lamunyan Loltome, poisoned by terrorists over food and drinks this month, August 2026. Recently, he is survived by God's grace and mercy. He is also supposed to be compensated by the state government. The Bible also supports that one in Psalms 34, verse 19. The righteous person may have many troubles, but the Lord God deliver them, or deliver him, whoever, like now my son, Mr. Elijah Loltome, Elijah Lamunyan Loltome. Number 5, alleged sexual offenses need accountability. By a case of Angelina Lesamaja stated, alleged rape by the person I said, Honorable, Raso Dido Ali, MP of Marsabit Sako Constituency, Kenya, and also was a retired colonel of this 75, about 100 meters away from where I'm speaking now. The judiciary must hold him accountable, and the government to pay Angelina Lesamaja for the assault, not less than 50 million and above, like others, like us all. All right? And the injured people also, the same, 25 million and above. All right? And likewise, the one who are dead, likewise, 50 million and above. And all of us assaulted and survived narrowly death, even 50 million and above. The Bible supports that one in Deuteronomy 22, verse 25-27, justice for the oppressed. Proverbs also 31, verse 8 and 9, speak up for those who cannot speak. That's why I'm speaking today on their behalf in the court, which will be, I'm waiting for the set to be dead any time, so that we begin that kind of a case. People assaulted are here. All of them are there. You can see me with my choir members. You can see also Lamadada there, who is selling actual people blood, together with also Lesiole, self-proclaimed priest, who has fake degree from Kericho Institute, AIC institution, which has no, don't over degree. You can see him there with a collar, standing at the mass choir, of mine, I am standing with them. The student is standing there, university student also massacred. The church is there with all of them, 8 of them. I propose 50 million for those who are buried in the church compound, and injured one, 25 million. You can see them here. So it's up to you to read for yourself what I've written here, clear. And actually, that is what the Bible support. I have to speak for those who cannot speak for themselves in the court, myself representing all of them, and also likewise accountability and the state actors to be actually face severe major crime scenes penalties. What the Bible says here, Romans 13 verse 1 and 4, rulers are God's servants, and they are to bring punishment for the wrongdoers. The Bible supports that one. So I need the government to discipline this human being in major crimes they have done in actually Romans 13 verse 1 and 4. Number 6. Number 7, exhumation compensation for priests of Anglican Church of Kenya in Marsabit County Government, Saku Consulate, and compensation for their families. The Bible supports that one in Genesis 23 verse 4, right to bury the dead with dignity. The blood of people who are dead are still crying from the ground in Genesis 4:10. Abel's blood is still crying because of his brother killing, first murder by his brother Cain. So if you are a dead person, a right kind of burial is needed in a dignified manner, because that's what God wants in Genesis chapter 23 verse 4 as a priest. To conclude this matter, my prayers, okay, my Lord, obviously, the judge, which is Honorable Eric Kennedy Ogola, I pray that the Honorable Court, High Court of Kenya, Milimani, Nairobi, all right, to set an urgent early date for mentioned hearing of the above matters I've already stated here now, to affect or to stop some more terrorists killing human beings in Marsabit and elsewhere too. Marsabit County Government, particularly innocent people deliberately killed and maimed, crippled, and many are buried in the church compound, place of worship, which God does not entertain, because God hates the places of worship to be polluted in Numbers chapter 35, verses 33 and 34 in the Bible. Alright? We are not supposed to pollute the places of worship. Number 2, my prayer, I am also asking the government to order exhumation, dignity, burial, and state support for the affected families, including myself. Number 3, I also direct the relevant state organ to address compensation for the victim and survivors quickly, because now we have hit the beehive of terrorists, and now they are stinging us. They have killed so many people even after I've reported this, but they are not buried in the church compound. Alright? There are many who are killed, particularly even Mr. Another son of Lapakayo and many others in Songa. Alright? Still, but it's not buried in the church. And we know 96 people are killed in Marsabit, the same location of Songa, but we have not actually put them in this kind of list. And likewise, other locations close to us are also killed. Badasa, Gabras, the whole scheme are gone. People are killed completely by the same man, the MP of Marsabit, using probably Oromos. That is retired Kenya Defense Forces, Honorable Raso Dido Ali is the most prime suspect of all these killings. He has been ruling that area, being an MP for 15 years, and as a colonel of a Kenya army for many years. So this guy is notorious, surely. And he's also National Kenya Board Security Chairman. He is questioning everyone, including even Internal Security Minister Honorable Murkomen, including even Honorable IG Inspector General of Police Kanja, Honorable Kanja, including even Nurin Amin, Director of Criminal Investigation, and any other person. The only people this man did not reach to question, and he is actually looking forward to overthrow the government of Kenya Republic through his devilish action, is actually the President, His Excellency Dr. Ruto, and also the Deputy President, His Excellency Professor Kithure Kindiki. So, we value our lives in Genesis 9:6, and whoever shed human blood, by human blood should also be shed. Alright? And sanctity of human life for 8 human beings and 3 priests, healing and the wounded in Luke chapter 10, verse 34, and good Samaritan care for the 4 injured, and my sons also, and myself. We need the truth and execution. Even in Ecclesiastes, the Bible 12, chapter 12, verse 14, God will bring every deed into judgment. Alright? So we need execution and families' compensations, truth. Protection from evil also, we need. In Psalms 82, verse 3 and 4, that is Psalms 82, verse 3 and 4, the Bible says the government need to defend the weak and the fatherless. Alright? Which is now the United Democratic Alliance Party, which most people are referring to the Court of Kenyans as Deceptive Alliance, Democratic Party. United Deceptive Alliance Party of the current president on the throne, called His Excellency Sir Dr. William Samuel Ruto. With all due respect, I have to speak to voice out for the weak and to speak the truth, to shame the devil. So protection from evil, we need them to defend us, the weak and the fatherless, and also those who I've mentioned, who are buried in the church's compound, to be exhumed, and their families to get the right kind of, burial from the state help. And the one who assaulted, like Angelina and my son and my 2 sons and myself, we also need the government to intervene to defend us. And many others not mentioned, which of course I said Marsabit alone Songa constituency, where this one of 8 people are buried inside, and also in Marsabit Anglican Church 3 priests buried inside the church compound, and the 7 I've mentioned to be compensated, also including myself. I said there are more people who are not actually in the list. We have counted the Saku Marsabit, where I come from, location, Saku constituency, Songa. We have 96 people listed dead. I know of so many of them I've buried, even myself, when I was there. I've buried Mr. Langat Lerapu and 2 women who have been killed the same day of Lerapu also. Okay? The sons. The from Langat Lerapu I've actually witnessed. Alright? He was killed. Alright? Who is not mentioned here. We have also Mr. An ex-prison officer called Mr. Lacaldono. I know. He was also killed. Okay? I know very well. His daughter is now an inspector of police here, Nairobi. Okay? We know. Many others not compensated. Yes? So many of them. Natumo's son, the secretary. I know. Not mentioned here, not in the list. And many others. Okay? Leontoimaga. So many people of Leontoimagas. 2 of them. Alright? Saidomoi Leontoimaga, Mr. Saidomoi Leontoimaga is also not in the list. He is also, El Tangono is in the name also is there. Not mentioned in the list. And many others. Lengwele family. Leokompoi family. Name them. So many people. We have 96 human beings. We are not mentioned here. Okay? Leokutuan family. Oh, Locordo, Mr. Locordo. We know him. He was killed. So many people are not mentioned here, and we have not told the government to pay them. 96. We have just told them to remove 8 from the church compound. Alright? 8. Alright? Apart from the one I've mentioned here. Okay? So many people are killed, surely. Lal Balanga, daughter. Okay? Nothing can daughter. We know. He's not even listed here. He was killed. So many people, a Barakwe family. So many people there in Kituruni also. So, and many, 96. We have the list. But we are just telling the government, I myself have just told the government, help us to remove the one in the church compound, about 8 of them. Alright? 8 of them only. Sure. And then 4 of them, which are also injured, including myself. And then priest 3 in the church compound. But the government now, from January 2024 up to now, we are still bleeding to the government to help us to exhume human beings. Few of them, 11, I said, in the church's compound in different locations. Anglican Church, 3 priests. Stephen Houghton, a British founder of that church, is still in the church compound. Naomi husband, Honorable Naomi, women rep, husband is still in the compound, and is a Meshumua. She's a human, is actually an MP of UDA as I speak. He is in the church compound, not released to Naomi to bury the husband. Honorable also Helen, Bishop Adano Tuye, and actually is not removed and released to be buried in a dignified manner. These 3 priests are in the church compound, still crying from the ground, their blood. We need them to be buried and compensated. I've informed British government about it. Okay? They are here. Alright? They are here. I've informed British government to help us on that. And also to help it to chip in. If the Kenya government is unable to do it, for the rest I've mentioned also, it is here. Alright? I've mentioned it actually clear. I've given them this list clearly. It is here. You can see it here. British are aware of this. In their embassy at Milimani. America likewise have the same kind of, that is actually American and British. British have also the same kind of information. Okay? British have the same kind of information. Okay? It is here. That's America now, the one I've shown you. Here is the British. It is here. I have delivered this one. We talked with them. Okay? Grace is the one handling this. A lady called Grace from Embassy of British. Alright? Here it is. I was there the other time. It is clearly here. You can see it there. Very clearly. Alright? It is here. Alright? It is here clearly. Okay? The British are also aware. They will also exhume. It is also involved. They will be also shipping because their priest is there. Stephen Houghton, it is clearly written there. He was also killed himself, obviously. And he need also to be compensated and taken to British country called Canterbury, to be buried in a dignified manner. The daughter of this priest of British, it was here. I was told by Honorable Right Reverend Helen Kabale, the wife of the priest called Andrew, I don't know, 2 years in the church compound need to be exhumed, that he is there. And he's also waiting to take the priest to Britain. Kabale is also a reverend. Naomi is also a reverend, the wife of Bishop William Wako. They are all waiting. So today, I am just actually concluding my matter in that kind of a, scenario, which you are seeing. The officers which we are going to solve this problem are here. Alright? Okay? In the High Court. They are here. I am also exempted from any fees. and the officers, which we are going to solve this problem together with the other judges, including the principal judge, Honorable and Eric Kennedy Ogola, is Inspector General of Police, Criminal Investigation Officer, Director of Criminal Investigation, Director of Public Prosecution, Cabinet Secretary for Health and Social Health, likewise, and Attorney General. There are about 6 of them, all right, or 5 in that case together, because Duale is appearing twice, all right, and myself, and also other judges. So the case is here. The case is also, it has been actually, it is going to begin anytime. I also have this information, the Office of the President of this information. You can see it here, all right, the Office of the President, all right, Deputy President of this information, okay. So it is not something that which is not known, it is something known completely, okay. I'm also a priest there, myself. I was a priest of, Marsabit, and I'm still, all right. You can see my letter here of appointment, 2000, December 31st, up to now, not paid money because we are attacked. Also, we have a station which are affected, which I am given to oversee by the government, by Professor Kindiki. He has signed it here. Number 2 station, which is about 27 of them. They are here. All right, see them here, so that you know what I'm saying is true. So the priests also affected. There are so many of them.